Sometimes people think of the holidays in warm, nostalgic, looking forward to it kinds of ways, and sometimes it's the complete opposite. Sometimes there's almost a dread, a loathing of the holidays coming up, or sometimes just a general blah, and that is completely normal. It's not always going to be the happy, wonderful holidays, and we can have times of having those really warm memories, and then we can go through seasons of the holidays being difficult for a myriad of reasons, and that's part of what we can help with at the Nick Finnegan Counseling Center, is discovering part of what is going on during what we commonly call the holiday blues. One possible thing is what we call seasonal affect disorder, or SAD, and it kind of fits, and it has some natural causes. The length of daylight is a lot shorter. It's colder. We're tending not to eat as healthily as we were in the summer and the spring and the fall. Our sleep patterns change. So there are some real practical environmental things that can be triggers for the holiday blues. But there can also be just the pressure of the holidays. There can be the financial strain and beginning to worry about, well, how am I going to pay for the holidays this year? Because let's face it, advertising for the holidays starts in August and September. You know, just looking at some of the streets and the shopping areas, the lights, the Christmas decorations are up at the beginning of October, so even before we celebrate Halloween. So we're reminded much earlier in our culture that the holidays are coming. So there's more time for the pressure and the stress and the anxiety to build. With all the decorations and everything going up sooner in the year, we can be reminded of some of the losses in our lives, some of the griefs, some of the loved ones who aren't going to be around this holiday season. It could be one of our first major holidays without grandpa or without mom or dad. And so we become aware of that sooner, and we start thinking about how this holiday is going to be different, how we're going to celebrate it and it's not going to be the same. And so that grief can show up as the holiday blues and that sadness. And then you couple that with the pressures of how the family always wants to celebrate it, and then you start dealing with the family pressures and the family expectations. And so one of the things that we help people work with the holiday blues is examining some of those expectations. Many times it's sort of an unspoken, an unknown expectation. It's just what we've always done. So by talking about it and getting an outside observation of it, we can look at, well, is this something that my family needs to continue doing? Or because things are a little different this year, can we celebrate a little differently this year? And there can be some relief and some relaxation in that we don't always have to do the exact same thing, the exact same way every year. Creating new traditions around the holidays can be a really beneficial and helpful thing. Like if you've always done the cooking at the holidays, choosing to allow others to help and do it potluck style, or do the going from house to house to house. However you as a family or as a group want to change things up, it's okay to take a year off, so to speak. You don't have to do the full-blown celebration. You can do a nod, you can do an acknowledgement to the holiday. You can do something much more small. You don't have to do the whole big thing. Or you can do something completely different. Go to Vegas, go to a different city, go to a different house. Do something different to change things up. We can get locked in this belief that it always has to be this way. And so change and mixing it up can be a very good thing and a very helpful thing, because sometimes that stagnant feeling, that stuck feeling, can contribute to the seasonal affect disorder or to the holiday blues. And so it's a good time to embrace some new things in life, and sometimes counseling can be really helpful in exploring and getting comfortable with what those options are.